Oh no, Raku-chan is gone. Gone with the wind.
So episode 6 starts, and Raku-chan wakes up feeling really weak, most likely due to her rabies diagnosis. She thinks getting some fresh air will help, but she just ends up collapsing on the grass. The scene switches to Koneko-chan walking to Raku-chan's house with a present, in hopes that it'll lift her mood, but all she finds is Raku-chan unconscious on the ground. Upon waking up, Raku-chan sees Hitoshi-san, but then realizes that she's just hallucinating and that it's Koneko-chan that's watching over her. Raku-chan is in even worse condition than before, but Koneko-chan still nurtures her and leaves her for a moment to make her signature herbal green tea. But upon getting back, Raku-chan isn't in her bed, and her window is wide open. Raku-chan ran away. Koneko calls up Hitoshi and begs him to help find Raku-chan. Of course he agrees, and their search begins.
Hitoshi-san, it's Koneko-chan.
Moshi Moshi, Koneko-chan. What's cooking? Good looking.
Raku-chan has gone missing. We need to go and find her. Yeah.
What? We better go find her. Yeah. Roar.
Raku-chan ends up rushing away into the woods, crying the whole way. But as she's crying between the trees, she sees a bright light, and curious, she walks towards it. Hitoshi and Koneko are still searching. They even passed a 7-Eleven and still no sign of Raku-chan. Hitoshi then sees a blue truck pass by. He thinks he sees someone familiar, but it just turns out to be a normal truck driver. Koneko-chan tells him to focus, and their search still continues into episode 7.
Come on, let's take her back to my humble abode. Abode.
Raku-chan is still upset, but she still stares at the bright light she found. Suddenly, she hears a voice telling her to release her inner beast, to find her true self and learn the values of life. She follows the directions of the voice, and she starts her transformation. Going back to Koneko and Hitoshi for a second, Koneko has seemingly lost hope of finding Raku, but this time, Hitoshi is the one to tell Koneko-chan to keep on searching. But Hitoshi gets distracted when he finds Bakutachi-san again. His mind is occupied, but Koneko-chan alerts Hitoshi that there's a helpless cat being attacked by a pack of dogs. Koneko-chan uses her cat abilities to scare away the dogs, and it works. Hitoshi-san compliments Koneko-chan and decides to take a closer look at the cat. And then he realizes that the cat is Raku-chan. Not exactly knowing what to do, they decide to take Raku-chan to Hitoshi's house. Koneko-chan puts Cat Raku on a counter, and her and Hitoshi have a discussion. They still don't know what to do, but Koneko-chan theorizes that this sudden transformation was because of the rabies. We then, strangely, get a flashback to the Squeaker-chan bite. This may imply that Koneko-chan knew about it, but we'll never know because that never comes up again.
Oh, that must be Santa-san at the door. I'll go get it.
So this is quite the tone breaker. Yeah, the Christmas special, or should I say,
クリスマススペシャル
is the seemingly non-canon holiday special of the series. But this episode involves Raku-chan hosting her own Christmas party. She's super excited and she's gonna invite all of her best friends. A little while later, we see that the party is actually really popular. Hitoshi, Koneko, and Raku have a little talk, and they even take a photo together, which serves as the video's thumbnail. Hitoshi then says that he's gonna invite over a special Santa, and 8 minutes later he arrives. Guess who it is? It's Bakutachi.
Did somebody call for a Santa?
That Sama's here too, and you know, she's looking like this. The episode ends on Bakutachi-chan doing a performance.
Oh, you've all been naughty children. Ho ho ho! I need 2 of them tickets, please.
Will that be children or adults?
Adults.
Jumping back to the plot, we have episode 8. Wanting to spend more time with Raku-chan before the rabies gets to her, Koneko-chan and Hitoshi-san decide to go to the amusement park with Raku. Even though she's still a cat, look, just roll with it. They put Raku-chan in a backpack and head on their way. Koneko and Hitoshi then get on the roller coaster, and that turns Raku-chan back into a human in Fruits Basket style. Since Raku isn't a cat, the three friends spend the rest of the day having fun, and Koneko-chan thinks it's funny that Hitoshi throws up.
Oh, Hitoshi-san.
Koneko-chan, you wound me.
After some time, they discover that the amusement park has a miniature beach attached to it, so they get some swimsuits and make some more memories. After a long day, Raku-chan stays at Koneko-chan's house, and she says that she still feels weird. Though Koneko just suggests that it's still just the aftershock of the roller coasters they've been on. Raku agrees with this theory, and her and Koneko have a kawaii sleepover-chan, but Raku-chan still can't sleep because she can't stop thinking about the rabies. She can't tell if it's really gone forever.
I wonder if the rabies is really gone. For good.
So I was watching American television last night, right? And it was called The Nanny.
Koneko-chan wakes up in the morning and is shocked to find out that Raku-chan has turned into a cat again. But this time, Raku-chan has seemingly forgot about everything and is acting feral. So Koneko-chan takes her to the vet. They run into Hitoshi-san as well. Because of course they do. They arrive at the vet, and Vet-sama is just as shocked as Koneko-chan is. She sees that Raku-chan's cat form has wings, or as Vet-sama puts it, and she concludes that she needs to run more tests on Raku. As it turns out, not only does Raku-chan have rabies, but also a baka Neko inside of her. Okay, so she's possessed. Now what do we do? Well, Vet-sama has a solution, and we learn something about her as well. We learn that she isn't just a vet. But she's also a shrine maiden, and with this knowledge, Vet-sama starts the exorcism.
I need complete silence for this spell.
Vet-sama says that Raku-chan needs to get some rest, but as Koneko-chan puts Raku-chan to bed, she turns back into a human. This time, with no clothes, making it even more similar to Fruits Basket. Raku-chan asks if she'll be okay, and through tears, Koneko-chan reassures her that she'll be just fine.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah. This. I thought his name was Jeff.
Where'd you get Jeff from?
It's time. The final episode of Nyan Neko Sugar Girls. And also the longest, clocking in at 18 minutes long. Every other episode averages at or a little below 10 minutes. Okay. The episode starts with Raku-chan having a nightmare, but eventually she wakes up. She then walks over to the kitchen to get some water, but she collapses. Koneko-chan hears this and goes to see what caused the thud, but when she gets to Raku-chan, she sees that the Tsubasas aren't gone. The baka Neko isn't completely gone. Cut to Hitoshi taking a really late walk, thinking about Raku-chan's safety. But in the light of the street lamps, he sees someone familiar. Bokutachi is outside his lair, and he gives Hitoshi a paper before disappearing into the night. He then spots Koneko-chan urgently rushing Raku-chan to the vet, and he goes over there to see what's going on. Koneko-chan is having trouble getting into the vet's office, but Hitoshi heroically kicks down the door for her. But Koneko-chan's hope soon dwindles as no one is there. She lets out the first and only swear words in this show, and Hitoshi comments that it's 3 a.m. and that's the only reason why no one's there. So the three of them stay the night there, so once the vet's office actually opens, they can get service as soon as possible.
Were you Nekos here all night?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about your door.
Oh, don't worry about the door. I have door insurance.
Of course, the next day, Vet-sama arrives, and Koneko-chan explains the situation to her, and she quickly transforms, also revealing that her Sailor Moon-esque transformation was just so she could make an entrance. Vet-sama performs another spell on Raku-chan, but this spell isn't a guaranteed cure. So just in case this is her final day on this planet, Vet-sama tells Koneko and Hitoshi to give Raku-chan the best day of her life. The group spends the whole day doing fun stuff. They go back to the Kawaii Underwear-chan store, they go shopping, they go to the pet store to interact with the puppies there, they get drinks, and they even go to the festival-chan that's happening that night. Hitoshi initially says that he'll be too busy, but Koneko-chan forces him to come with. They have a fun time there, but unfortunately, Hitoshi needs to leave early. Probably has something to do with the letter he gets from Bokutachi. But Raku and Koneko stay to the very end of the festival, and they watch the fireworks together. Once they're at home, some people show up at the door, and they're Raku-chan's friends from college.
I brought you some desu.
Oh, college is so kimchi!
Yes, it's confirmed that Raku-chan is indeed a college graduate, so if Raku-chan can do it, you can too. The Tomodachis from college sit and chat for a little while before going home, and Raku-chan ends up staying the night at Koneko-chan's house for another kawaii sleepover-chan. The next day, Raku-chan wakes up feeling normal for once. Seems like the spells actually worked. And with this new appreciation for her life, she figures that today will be the day that she finally tells Hitoshi-san how she really feels. Raku-chan and Koneko-chan go outside to find Hitoshi, and like always, he's conveniently there. Koneko-chan leaves them alone, and Raku-chan finally confesses to him. Though, things don't go the way that Raku-chan thought it would.
Hitoshi-san, aishiteru.
Oh. Raku-chan. Wait up, Hitoshi. Baby.
何ですか?
Yes, it turns out that Hitoshi and Bokutachi are actually a couple. Raku-chan is heartbroken and she falls to her knees, clenching her heart, crying. Koneko-chan runs over to see what happened, and Hitoshi tries his best to explain, but even through tears, heartbreak, and hysteria, Raku-chan isn't angry at Hitoshi and just gives her blessings to Hitoshi and Bokutachi. Though she isn't mad, she's still sad, and Raku-chan continues to cry, and she falls into Koneko-chan's arms. She says that the Neko demon might be gone, but she doesn't know if she can keep going. Hitoshi runs over to Raku-chan and tells her to hang in there, but his actions are useless, as we see the last of Raku-chan.
Watashi so kimochi that I could spend last day with the two best Tomodachis anyone could ever ask for. Sayonara, Koneko-chan and Hitoshi-san.
Raku-chan passes on rather peacefully. The scene transitions to Vet-sama's office, to which Vet-sama concludes that Raku-chan died of a broken kokoro.
The only conclusion I can come up with is that she died of a broken kokoro.
But Hitoshi doesn't want to hear this. He still thinks that Raku-chan could come back sometime, but even Koneko-chan thinks that Hitoshi is just in denial. Bakutachi doesn't help. He has no remorse for Raku-chan's death and just rubs it in Hitoshi's face because technically he was the one that caused her death. And we end the series just with a sigh from Hitoshi.
Are you with me, good pal?
Hitoshi-san, I think you're just in denial.
You killed Raku-chan with your love for me, you dirty scoundrel, you.
And that was Nyan Neko Sugar Girls, the best anime in existence.
It's time to rock.
But just in case you need more Nyan Neko Sugar Girls in your life, there's still more media of it to consume. Soap Opera 46 still uploads, very infrequently though, but she still uploads. In 2020, she came back to release a PSA. She came back last year for Kawaii Day on February 22nd of 2022. And you can also watch the holy grail of YouTube content, Hitoshi Sings, where you can hear Hitoshi-san beautifully sing Hips Don't Lie and I Want It That Way. Aside from official media, there's also some fan-made stuff you can watch, such as Nyan Neko Sugar Girls Mayonaka, which is a full-fledged series, Nyan Neko Sugar Girls Genkaiten, which is still ongoing, but I doubt it's gonna continue, and Koneko-chan Homecoming, which is still in the works. Of course, that's not even close to all the stuff fans have made of this lovely series. And whether you like it or not, Nyan Neko Sugar Girls made a huge impact on the internet, and as long as people know about it, it'll go on forever. Nyan Neko Sugar Girls is immortal, and that's why I think it's the best anime ever made.